The trade has already pushed them, but tomorrow is big. Both families will face their toughest battles yet. It's day 2 of the trade for the Mitchell family of Orangeville, Ontario. Beth Mitchell is running the only motocross park on PEI. Today, she'll be teaching a riding school.
Good morning.
She only rode for the first time yesterday.
Good.
So how are you feeling today?
A little nervous.
Yeah?
Yeah, but it's good. I was just explaining to the girls some of the parts that I still remember. And
Okay. So you think you're all ready for the school?
yeah, I think so.
Yeah?
Yeah.
To add to the pressure, Beth's daughters Holly and Leah are also riding bikes for the first time ever.
Getting a little more nervous, seeing the people show up, and glad that everyone's coming out because the weather is kind of awful. That's good to be a little nervous for things like this. Keeps you learn.
Beth's husband Gord is starting his second day at the mechanic shop. Yesterday was a breeze, but today will not be as simple.
Hey, how's it going?
Not bad, are you?
Good. No think you can give me some wheel bearings on today.
I can check. I think so.
Excellent. I gotta get them done probably within the next hour or two, if possible.
Okay, I'll check with the boss and see.
Okay. Like, small car. I gotta get it done, like, quick.
Okay.
Okay, thanks.
Okay, here. Once wheel bearing's done within an hour?
Yeah, shouldn't be a problem. Wheel bearings.
No problem.
He's a mechanic. I hope he does it properly. I mean, you never can tell with these guys, but
Take them apart. We want to see if, you know, if they're like grit or dirt in there or something. Why he's got that rough howling sound.
Okay, so we want some... I gotta replace them or...
No, we're
Repack the ones
just
that are
gonna
there.
repack them.
Okay.
When you pack them, all the old grease will get pushed out.
I've watched it a couple times. That's about it. I've never attempted it myself. And I think I should have paid better attention.
In Fort Erie, Ontario, the War of 1812 reenactors are starting morning camp duties. Michelle Arsenault is up bright and early. It didn't rain last night, but she still didn't get much sleep.
And then I started to go back to sleep, but these freaking pine cones kept falling on the tent. I thought somebody was throwing stuff at me first, but then I thought, no, it's the pine cones falling off the friggin' tree, bang, onto the tent.
Ready or not, Michelle has a new challenge today.
Today you're going to do sutlery. You're going to be a sutler and you're going to sell all kinds of various goods. The soldiers were able to get whatever it is that they needed. A lot of the time, you know, that consisted of buttons or liquid refreshment or any interesting company they may want.
Oh, wow. She does have all the clothes and everything.
Basically, you're a shopkeeper.
Oh.
So
So I have to try and sell them stuff.
yeah, but with your smile, I don't think you're gonna have any problems.
Should I do like... like it's kind of, like, it's nice. It's wow. I'm really impressed with this stuff. I don't really know what the stuff is.
Michelle's husband, Trent, is back in training. Today's lesson, learning how to load and shoot an 1812 musket.
The enemy's approaching. The faster we do it, the better. No panic, but the Americans are only 3 feet away and their bayonets look really sharp. No hurry, take your time. Shoot! Fire!
Pretty cool. Not quite as much kick as I'd expected, but then again, we're running just with blanks, so there's no ammunition in it. But it is quite a piece of gear, I'll tell you that.
Trent is training for a key battle in the War of 1812. The British troops will try to reclaim the Canadian fort from the Americans. They're expecting Trent to be part of an elite fighting unit.
Trent is going to be part of the Forlorn Hope. It's called the Forlorn Hope because they would ask for volunteers in 1812 to charge the walls.
Trent will be one of the few men going over the wall. It's the most dangerous part of the entire battle.
There was only about 10% survival rate. So the odds are against him, but he's confident he can make it through. Personally, I think he's toast.
I'm not gonna die, guys. I'm sorry. I'm gonna make it through this one.
At the track in PEI, the riders are ready to start learning about motocross. Beth is supposed to teach them the basics, which she only learned yesterday.
My job this morning is to teach you everything I know, and it's not going to take too long. And then you can get back onto the track and get ready for the race. We're just going to go through some basics. First step for everyone is just to make sure that the bike is in neutral. Then you're going to pull out your starter here. Okay, got it? The other thing is, for stopping, button on the left-hand side. So stop, press it. If you ever want to, that stops it all, okay? The last couple things that we just need to go over is how to stop and how to stop safely, and also how to fall. So what I was doing there is showing the stopping and trying to keep clear of the bike when it's falling. And if you guys want to go out on the track and just get some practice there, just to get the feel of the track again, and we'll go from there.
Holly and Leah are not quite sure how this works yet.
I can get moving, but I can't steer.
But the Mitchell girls are determined not to give up. Meanwhile, their dad Gord is at the mechanic shop, repacking wheel bearings on a customer's car. He only knows what to do because he saw it on TV. One side down. On the other side, things get complicated.
Looks like that could really be the problem. The brake pads are really scored badly. The adjuster for them was just hanging loose. I guess I should show the boss before I go on. Hey, Jace, there's a bigger problem with that car than they thought. It seems to be the brakes rather than the bearings. The adjuster was just hanging loose inside. It's all bent. The brake pads are scored like you wouldn't believe.
The customer never knows anything. Okay, let's go take a look. Yeah,
I see they're really grooved back here.
Oh, they're wore right out.
Yeah.
Just clean nothing there.
This was hanging out there, probably hitting the drum.
Upstairs, we should have brakes for this. We'll slap them on, and if he was here, we'd ask him, but he's not here, so we'll just go ahead and do it. And if he doesn't like it when he gets here, tough luck. You can't drive like that.
The customer just wanted a simple bearing job. Will he be happy that Gord redid his brakes? At the camp in Fort Erie, Michelle Arsenault is running an old-style store. She's trying to sell things she knows very little about.
Blanket. Oh, look at that. Wow. It would get very dirty. Oh, but it's so beautiful. The blue was really pretty, isn't it?
But you could wear that with it.
I mean, what are the fringes for it? They absorb the moisture so it's not running down and getting into your clothes and that sort of thing.
And have you French seamed them?
Well, now, no.
No, they're not French. Okay, but and is that
this one is not French seamed. I believe that this one
Just let me look and feel of it here.
It's kind of difficult to tell sometimes, isn't it?
I don't know. If you know your stuff, you really should know that after.
I don't really know my stuff that well, but most people are pretty well. They're kind of. Some of them were polite enough to be BS, but some of them weren't. So.
At the mechanic shop in PEI, Gord is finishing the wheel bearings. He's also installed new brakes, only the customer doesn't know it.
I did better than I thought I would. Right. And then the customer showed up, and that's when the fun began.
Hello. Ready yet?
The problem in the noise wasn't your wheel bearings. The adjuster had come right loose. Must have been hitting here. Probably were getting a real racket, right?
I was getting a howl noise, yeah.
Yeah, and then you can see how the brakes are, how grooved they are. So they put on a half set. Boss told me to go ahead. He couldn't get hold of you, and he said you needed the car really bad.
Well, this isn't what we agreed on.
I'll have to talk to him. He was trying to make you happy, give you half a... He said rather than the whole set, because nobody likes surprises.
It was just supposed to be the bearings.
Yeah. Well, you wouldn't have been able to drive out of here without it,
Where's the boss at?
Yeah, I'll go get him.
Because I was expecting wheel bearings done, and it wasn't wheel bearings that he did. But I already had arrangements to get the brakes done today for free.
He says he'll give you a deal. Normally a full brake job would have cost like $140, but for both bearings in the one side, he says $90.
Yeah, I'm supposed to be getting a free brake job done this afternoon. So it's $70 I shouldn't have had to spend.
Well, you still would have paid for the wheel bearings anyway. So that's what? He's probably doing another $30 on my labor and everything for that.
All right.
It's unpleasant.
Yeah, I suppose. All right, fine.
All right, sorry. I don't know what to say to you. I apologize for that.
It was. It's done.
I kind of feel for the guy because I've been there a few times too. Now, next time a mechanic says something like that to me, I might think he's not just trying to rip me off. Hopefully they don't have guys like me working on my car, though.
At the motocross school, Beth wants to start the end-of-day race. But the weather has people worried.
The weather's been pretty terrible all day long. This morning when we got here, the track actually looked like it was going to be okay, and then it just started pouring rain all day long.
Everyone start your engines.
Rain or not, the race is going to happen. Beth gets the honors. The Mitchell girls don't exactly take off.
Look at them.
At Fort Erie, the big battle between the British and the Americans has also begun. Tourists have come to see if the British can take back Fort Erie.
Now, in the heat of battle, trying to keep all of these steps straight while somebody's barking orders at you, that's when it would get, the pressure would be really on then, because, you're flubbing and you're fumbling and you're wondering, okay, did I do that right? Did I do this right?
The British launch a strong defense. The British side fights back, advancing on the fort. The elite team called Forlorn Hope storms the wall. Trent is among them. They make it over the wall, but just as they do, did Trent survive on the other side? At the motocross track in PEI, the race is underway, but the conditions are bad. Riders start to lose control. Then, Holly goes down.
Then when I was coming around the corner, I slipped, I slid across, and it wasn't a bad fall. And I would have kept going, I think, but I think my bike was done.
Holly's race is over, but her sister Leah is still riding. She's doing all right, until she tries a hill she's not ready for.
That was a little nerve-wracking because it was over the first ramp there, so I couldn't really see how she did,
But Leah proves just how tough she is.
Gummed it too much, I went over the jump. It was fun. I'm glad I actually decided to go over the hills. Yeah, that's more than I would have done normally.
Worried about safety, Beth finally calls an end to the race. And at Fort Erie, Trent is stuck on the American side of the fort. He's been wounded.
How do I look?
But the whole battle scene turns out to be more theatrical than anything.
Save yourself, Trent.
Okay.
We're going.
Sergeant. Yes, Sergeant.
You gotta wanna.
When the American guards aren't looking, Trent gets some help escaping from the fort.
So you escaped?
They rescued me.
Yeah, but you didn't die. I'm glad. I thought I had to go and check because if I didn't die, I was going to have to start hunting for a new man.
The next morning, the Arsenaults are not sad to disassemble what's been their home for a whole rain-drenched weekend.
Camping. That was the least enjoyable part. That was horrible. I couldn't imagine living like this day after day after day. I am so exhausted.
She was a rock, actually. Compared to what she normally would be, she really sucked it up for this one.
He is such a trooper. He did so good. I owe him so big time. Because this was all my idea, and I was the big sook, and he just went along with it. I couldn't believe it.
Brakes is one of the things I would never touch. Now, after being forced to do it, I think I'd attempt more sophisticated things on my own vehicle. I've actually gained a little more confidence from it all.
That's hard to do. It's just the endurance part, the physical strength that's needed to work with these bikes. I wasn't actually expecting that.
Seeing her covered in mud with the biking suit on and teaching other people how to ride a bike, that was a surprising image and one I won't forget probably.
I was expecting it to fail miserably and for us to be, disgruntled at best. But no, it turned out awesome.
I never would have expected this in a million years. So it's been a true Trading Places experience.